Thank you for driving us. Same. Oh, you could just leave it off this. I don't have very many. Yeah, it's really short and sweet. Yeah, I just don't want the
You did it twice, bro. Oh, wow. Yeah. Maybe like
Are they having that like Christmas sweater? Take your ring off.
I did not expect to take the little bit of the hiatus that I did before leaving for Denver. So just to catch you up on like the last however long I've been gone. I don't know how long, almost 2 months I feel like. So I got sick right before we went to Denver. Going to Denver for like almost 2 weeks. It was like 10 days, which I did vlog that. I did film that. Just didn't do like any talking within the video. It's literally just B-roll clips. So I think I will probably include that in this vlog. So I just didn't know if it was like worth it, but it's a lot of footage that I really love, and I didn't want to just like let it go into my burial ground of unused clips. So I might upload it. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, we were in Denver for 10 days visiting family, because that's where we are from. I guess not where I'm from, but a big portion of my life I spent in Denver. Basically all my formative years, I could say. And we spent a lot of time there. We did a lot of fun things with family. And then we came back home, and once we came back home, like the day after, we got so stupidly sick. I'm still sick, and it's almost 3 weeks later, and I'm still feeling it. It ran through our entire household. Fever, chills, headaches, coming out both ends, kind of sickness running through our house, through each person. Everyone got it, especially me. I got hit with it twice. So it went around like the first time, and like the first day or two that I was sick, I could not leave my bed. I was sleeping 80% of the time. I was falling asleep, like standing up, and I couldn't eat anything. Like, it was just terrible. Horrible sickness. You can still hear it in my throat that I am still clearly sick. It's been terrible. And so like I got better, and then my husband got sick, and then he gave it back to me. If it's even the same thing, but I don't know. That all to say, I'm here, and I'm so sorry about being gone. But I'm here, and I'm ready to rock again. Slightly, instead of like full, we're jamming. And get back into it, and kicking off like the Christmas season and everything. Yeah, so I'm working on a Christmas present for my brother. What are we doing? You told me you couldn't print. This printer has a mind of its own. So I figured I can go ahead and tell you what I'm doing right now for my brother. I'm so stinking excited for this Christmas present, and I didn't think about it until last night, and I just think that it's so fun. So I was perusing, doing a little bit of doom scrolling on the TikTok. This has popped up like a few times on my page, and it is solo TTRPGs, so tabletop role-playing games, but you journal with it. And personally, for me, that sounds so freaking fun. And I've played a few in my life, but not nearly as many as I would like to. And my brother is the same way. And we both love D&D so much, but we don't have friends to play D&D with. We're adults, we all have like crazy schedules and timelines, or nobody's ever available at the same time. So I found some where you can do them solo within a journal, and I thought that was so stinking cool. There's a few different ones that I have been eyeballing, printing out some that the developers are so kind, and they have a set number of free copies available so you can download them yourself. As much as I would love to buy him a physical copy, especially of the Magus, oh my god, it's stunning, but I don't have $50 to shell out for a singular book, even though it would be so worth it. It would. So I bought him, it should be coming in the mail, I think tomorrow or Saturday, I don't know, but a little traveler's notebook. I think it's like A6 size, a set of dice, which I'm sure he has some, but I didn't want to risk it. He's moved a couple of times, and so I didn't want to just risk it, and him not have any, so I bought him some. And then he will probably need a card deck, which I can just get that cheap from somewhere. And then I'm printing off the book for the guide to like your storytelling. And so this is the cover of it. I printed it on some like thicker cardstock. I might laminate it, we'll see. And then this is the back. So it's gonna open up like this. And it's gonna be a little book. All the inserts are printing out right now, but I don't think I'm gonna make it like a sewn bound book. I just have like these little plastic spiral coils. They're like these, but plastic. And I have a hole puncher. So I think I'm just gonna make it little spiral bounds. I think it'll be easier. I just realized I wasn't using my microphone. Anywho, so yeah, that's what I'm doing currently at the moment. We are going to need to go to my husband's work here soon because it is our friend's birthday and she works with him. So they always like for birthdays do like a little bit of cake and presents and stuff at the work. So we're just going to go there, give her presents and have a little bit of cake with her. Yeah, there's a whole lot of like new stuff that I would like to share with you guys over time. Hopefully you can't hear that music. I don't want to get copyrighted. Like I have a new curriculum system going on here that I think is really exciting. I have a new commonplace, which I'm going to make a whole video talking about all of my journal systems for 2026. But just like a little sneaky peek. Isn't she cute? Very excited for those. So that's probably something that we'll get into. I never know what's going to go down within these videos. I probably maybe like package a PR box with you or something because I need to continue to get those out. And as well, I don't know if the giveaway will be in this video or a separate one, but I do plan on doing a giveaway for a PR box here soon. Yeah, I'm just like so backlogged from being sick and trying to just keep my house afloat for the last month, and it's crazy. There's like a lot of like health stuff wise that I'm also going through that's not related to being like the sickness, but it's just like a different set of like health issues going on, which like maybe I'll get into more later. But yeah, at this point I'm just rambling. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna cut these pages, figure out where they belong, and probably finish this book, I'm hoping, before I need to go and get ready to go to my husband's work. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. I have it all printed out, and this is what it's going to look like. I think it looks so cool. I'm trying to determine if I want to laminate the pages or not. I think that it would protect the book a lot better, but I really like this feeling of the paper. I like the soft feeling. This fancy little doohickey here. Essentially, it's just like a puncher, and it's going to punch all the holes for me. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and punch holes, and then put the spiral binding in. Now we've got holes. Okay, now coils, I just bought them in bulk. You can buy them like on Amazon or AliExpress or those places like that. Okay, much better. So now Yeah, it's called Notorious. It's hard-scrabble bounty hunting amid intergalactic war. It's a sci-fi TTRPG, a tabletop role-playing game. So very similar to, like, in the same idea of, like, Dungeons and Dragons. Essentially, you create a character and your character is taken through this journey. It's based off of, like, a game of chance. So you can either use dice or you can use cards. I think this one in particular uses 2 6-sided dice. Reactions for the NPCs. It teaches you like how you're speaking, where you're going. It has this little player sheet, which I will be printing out for him. And then it has the archetype profiles. So this is like the nomad profiles. They have the armor, the assassin, the bot. I already know he's gonna say, damn robot. The brute, the scoundrel, the uncanny, and then it takes you through building your character, and then you go on, like, it has planets and stuff, and then you go on this journey, and interact with characters. And I think it is so stinking cool. There's like this one page in here that has a pretty picture I wanted to show. Oh, this is so it's already back here. So he could use this if he wanted to. Has the epilogue. It's like a 2-page. There, this one? Is this the one that I wanted? Anyways, then it's got like, what does that say? Vas Remus. I don't know what that says, but like cool stuff like this inside. And so for this, you can either purchase the book physically. It has a lot higher quality papers, and then it also comes with the PDF. It is spiral bound. Or you can buy it with the PDF form. It's really not a lot. I think it's like between $10 to $15. I just think it's really cool, and it's just something that kind of like I found on TikTok that's I think is going to be super fun. So yeah, there's that. I'm so excited. Okay, I need to go and get ready. I'm just going to do a very light makeup and probably just like run the brush through my hair, fix my bangs. It's going to be easy. I need a coffee. Let's go make a coffee first. I'm gonna light a candle or two just to kind of set the space. So beautiful. I have my carnelian, my amethyst, my little quartz heart, and my rose quartz. Ow. That flame was hot. Gorgina. These little swans were my grandma's, and I just love that they have like the love symbol. And I'm gonna fill this, I just put these in here for now, but I'm gonna fill this with some salt and rose and cinnamon and all sorts of good stuff. This is the vibe. This is how we get ready in the mornings now, whenever we do get ready in the mornings. Whatever. So I have this is some lotion. It's the Olay hyaluronic acid one. I go in. This is the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Glow Glow. I'm gonna let this sit in for a second while we sip on our coffee. I also think that this space is gonna be really, really gorgeous for it. So my hands are all lotiony now. I know it's gonna be slick picking up my cup. I think that this would be a really great space for morning pages, because my bed is right there. And I think that if I put my morning pages book right here and just let it hang out first thing in the mornings, then I like to wake up early and do some of those morning pages. It's decaf, but it still hits the same. I would say caffeine doesn't really do all that much for me, typically, like, normally, but now that I am medicated, caffeine interacts with my medication horribly, where it causes, like, waves of anxiety within my body, and I feel like I am gonna have a panic attack, so I don't drink caffeine anymore. So I'll have, like, a soda or something. That caffeine doesn't really affect me. I did a lot of research once I was put on this medication and found that people were having a lot of anxiety with it, and so I decided that I was going to cut out caffeine for it, and so that I've not had an issue with at all. In fact, I think it's been more beneficial because I don't really have caffeine crashes anymore. It was really hard the first week or so because I was having constant headaches from cutting out the caffeine, just because my body was addicted to it. However, now that I've leveled out, it's fine. God, I am like the queen of oversharing, but I want to be really open. I think that talking about mental health is really important. I'm a really big advocate for going to therapy, and getting medicated whenever you need it. I don't think that there's any shame in it. Yeah. Anywho, now, my face is pretty moisturized, and I'm gonna dry it out. I've been noticing that my skin has been leaning more towards, like, oily. Even though it's dry and oily somehow at the same time. So I'm just gonna this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear powder foundation, and I just go in really lightly. This is especially whenever I just want really light days. Makeup coverage, I don't need a lot. I want to look a little bit more natural, and I don't want to feel like I've caked on a ton. This one doesn't make me itchy, which is great. For some reason, my other liquid foundations have been making me feel kind of like itchy and just overwhelmed. And I focus it in the center of my face and then just trying to blend it out as I go out. For contour, this is the CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Pressed Powder. But I bought it for $3.50 off clearance at Walmart. Because I'm a baddie on a budget. And then I just take this and I used to be such like a makeup tutorial girly. I privated all those videos now because, like, looking back at them now, they are so cringe to me. I'm just in a different era. I don't have all the money to, like, spend on makeup and stuff. We have kids, so. And not to say, like, you can't have kids and also have beautiful makeup. I'm such a multifaceted person that I have to, I just can't, there's so much stuff that I love to do now more than just makeup, so I can't just put all my focus into makeup, you know what I mean? Yeah, I have so many other hobbies that I love to do. Clean Beauty, I think this was from the Dollar Tree. Clean Beauty Lip Color and Cream Blush in Pink Mist. And I just use my 2 fingers and just gonna pop it on and press it around. And then this is one of my most beloved palettes that I have that I bought off of, I think, Wish. That's so bad. Wish or AliExpress. Back when I used to do Wish videos, I'm talking like 10 years ago. Oh, I should not be using this. Don't follow my advice. But it works so well. I haven't had any reactions. Why not, you know? So I'm just gonna, I don't know where my fluffy brush is. I'll have to use that to blend it out. I'm not gonna do anything super heavy, I don't think, today. Meanwhile, me sitting here thinking about doing a smoky eye. Like I said, we're gonna go to the thrift store today. I'm gonna keep an eye out for like any castle core, medieval core kind of stuff. I'm in a fucking chokehold. I am in a chokehold for that stuff right now. And I'm not looking for anything super in particular. Obviously, like a candelabra would be fantastic. But if not, it's okay. What else? What else do I want? There's like so many little things like that I want. Just anything that's like giving medieval, castle core, any of that. Okay, this is the Clinique. I've had this for a while. Black honey. This gives like a little bit of something without being too much. I really like it. This is one of my all-time favorite like makeup thingies. It is the Milani Weekend Eyebrow Tint. And so I use this to fill in my eyebrows and my beauty mark. And then I also use it as an eyeliner. It's just like my overall go-to pen. If I like were to pack 3 products to go with me on an island, this would be one of them. I love it so dearly. Because your girl was not blessed with thick, full eyebrows that reach to the point of where they're supposed to reach. I have to fill mine in. Fun fact, whenever I was in 4th grade, I saw my mom thinning her eyebrows a little bit in order to, like, you know, just shape them. And I saw her doing it with, like, one of the razor sticks. I didn't know the difference. And I had really, like, big, I don't want to say bushy, but yeah, bushy eyebrows. But they're thin. So they weren't thick, but they were very bushy, you know? But they were very sparse in the hair area. And they came out a lot. And so I did not want my eyebrows to be that way. So I decided that I was going to take a leg razor and try and shape it. And I shaved off my entire tail from like here back on both. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, I shaved off with this one. Might as well make a match. And I shaved off my eyebrows, except for just like the tips. And it was like right before picture day. My boyfriend in 4th grade broke up with me because it's like, what happened to your eyebrows? And then he broke up with me. It was sad. Sad day. Sad year for me. So, don't do that. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High in, this is like the burgundy color. I don't know what they call it. Deep burgundy purple. I like to use this one whenever I want mascara, but I don't want like really heavy. This just looks like a softer kind of reddish black on me. And then, figure out who texted me. Oh my god. Are you okay? Are you okay? You almost fell in my coffee. That scared me. I thought my camera almost broke. It fell kind of from a tall height. This is the Nina Pool glycerin alcohol witch hazel spray. And I'm just gonna, I usually try to do this before I put my mascara, but I forgot. So, not a lot, just a little. And then that just helps to melt the powder in. And then I have this beauty mark that I shaved off as well on accident. But I love her, so I put her back. I still have the bump. I just don't have the little brown part anymore. That was a big dumb mistake. Okay, and then lip gloss. This is plumping lip gloss. It has no plumping effect. I don't know what I want to do with my hair. I could just have my bangs go back how they were. And just give them a little bit of a boost. Did we like this? I'll probably honestly just put it up like this. That's what I do most of the time anyways. I have little hair clips. I don't know if that's the vibe. don't know, I feel like that looks a little silly. I could do my star clips. I would just have to find them. I have them scattered all over my house. Or, hear me out, I have a headband. She's cute. She's sporty. She is Sporty Spice. I'd need to have it off my ears though. Sporty Spice cutie pop. Or all of it. Which I don't think I rock this hairstyle all that much. You let me know. I don't think that that's really my thing. Typically, I think if they do this, they cover their ears. Yeah, it's giving like Jean Grey from X-Men. I think I'm just gonna do my go-to, just throwing it back. So, this is probably just what I'm gonna do. As for like reading and stuff, I am currently reading a few different books. I just started Women Who Run with the Wolves. I've read it before, but it was through audiobook a few years ago. And I feel like I'm in like a much different kind of mental space. And I also am reading it physically so that I can get like a better, deeper understanding and annotate it and everything. So I've got that going. But then I'm also reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I started while I was in Denver. And then I'm still reading Soul Searching. I never finished Soul Searching. I'm also reading Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I watched Frankenstein the movie, which I know is very different from the book, but it did really get me into the gothic headspace. I'm doing this curriculum where I'm working through reading all of Guillermo del Toro's recommendation list, and so Frankenstein was on there, obviously, so that's what I'm starting with. I started Frankenstein last year, and then I just kind of like dropped off from it, so I am actually like fully into it and annotating. Don't know if I'll finish any of those books within this vlog. I'm hoping that I'll finish at least one, probably not Women Who Run with Wolves, but at least Dungeon Crawler Carl. So far, having fun with it. As a nerdy video game girl, I am enjoying the gaming aspect of it and all of the skill menus and things like that. I think it's super fun. So Dungeon Crawler Carl, basically like this guy just like thrust into this world. The world has been taken over by aliens. Essentially, like we can just say that without like getting too into the nitty-gritty. The aliens have come back to claim their debt against the Earth, and basically anybody who was within any buildings or under any structures or anything got crushed, and anybody who was out in the open survived. And then they were told, like over this worldly intercom, that if they wanted to survive or try and pay off the debt for the Earth, then they were going to play in these games, the Dungeon Crawler games, where they have to descend down, I think it's 18 floors. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. And as you get further down, you have less time to go through, or more time to go through them, but it also gets harder, and you have to fight monsters and creatures and just, like, build your party, and you have to be entertaining, too, to the sort of intergalactic, federation sort of thing. And so this guy, Carl, he was outside saving this cat. It was his ex-girlfriend's cat. And so he was out in the middle of the cold, like nearly buck-ass naked. He was in a leather jacket and then his boxers. And that's literally all he was wearing while he was outside and got summoned into the dungeons by these aliens. So it's so far just him and his cat going through the dungeons and stuff. And so I'm about 20% of the way in. And so far it's been fun and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, so I'll give you another update on that whenever I get further. And yeah, I'm gonna get my kids ready so that we can go. Okay, bye!
escuchar el jazz o oldies, me encantan los oldies. Eso es lo que siempre escuchaba cuando estaba chiquita. Siento que estoy tan feliz, literal. O sea,
Hi friends, I just got back from the library, but I'm so sick with myself. I pulled out my camera. I was ready to do the vlog within the library and take you with me to like a gander to peruse of the books. Open it up, flipped it up, set it up, turned it on, and no SD card. I forgot my SD card was in my computer because I was editing this vlog. So no at the library vlog, but we're still going to talk about books. I have been on a little bit of a reading kick. I have to say, I might be coming out of this like year-long slump that I've been in. It's a new year, new me. I've been reading Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. It was a webtoon. Well, it was a light novel, and then it got turned into a webtoon, which is now full physical manhwa. And I'm having such a good time with it. I forgot just how good it is. Every single book is like 5-star for me. I love it so dearly. If you've never heard of Omniscient Reader, let me see if I can do it without the glare. Look at him. Ooh, Jin-hyuk. Looks so fine. Without giving any spoilers away, we have Dokja. He has been reading this series online, a light novel series, for a really long time. I want to say like 20 years, around there or something. Is it 20 years? Somewhere. 15 years? He's been following around with it for a really long time. On the day that the last chapter is published, he gets an email from the creator. And basically, it's like, you are the last reader. You are the one who stuck around for the longest. Here is, like, to say like a thank you for sticking around, here is the novel in all its glory. Suddenly, I mean, he's on the subway and shit starts happening. Aliens come in and they're called goblins. And they have basically put Seoul into a dome. They start getting put through these scenarios where they kind of have to either fight or figure a way out of it another way. So he is going through these different scenarios and kind of leveling up, but he knows what's going to happen because what is happening is what happened in the light novel that he's been reading for the years of his life. He's thrust into this game and it's so good. If you like the aspect of solo leveling where it has like that video game aspect where it has the hood kind of screens where he can interact with it like it's a game and he's leveling up and he can acquire items, and you like the magical powers and the aspect of people working together and leveling up to kind of survive almost like a Hunger Games kind of situation. It's like solo leveling and Dungeon Crawler Carl mixed together. I'm reading Dungeon Crawler Carl right now, and so that's just like in the forefront of my mind, where you have to compete, and it has also like this video game aspect to it, and it's so good. I would say I actually prefer this over solo leveling because in solo leveling you just know that Jinru, like, he's always gonna win. He's always gonna overpower them, and he doesn't really have to think about it too much through like skills or use his intelligence, I guess, to kind of get through it. He just activates certain skills and it happens to work out for him. Meanwhile, in this one, Dokja, he has to think about things really strategically and how he gets out of these. He doesn't become super overpowered. Yes, he has a little bit of an advantage because he can analyze people's character profiles, because a lot of the people he meets were characters in the light novel that he read. But in a lot of these scenarios, a lot of them you can't get your way out with brute force or having incredible leveled magic. And so I think it's a lot more interesting. There's a lot more complicated stakes to it. And also you get to really know all of these other characters in here as well. With like solo leveling, yeah, they have the side characters, but we don't really get to see them sort of like level up all that often, I guess. It's really just focused on Jinwoo. Meanwhile, each character kind of is having like their moments to shine and to evolve. and it's so good, you guys. I've read all of these volumes before, but it was like 2 years ago, so I completely kind of forgot what happened. But I've got volumes 2, 3, 4, 5 that I finished within 2 days. I eat these up like freaking candy. So of course I had to go to the library today and pick up 6, 7, 8. So I'm just so excited. I think there's 16 volumes out right now. But these, I think, what is it? This one, 8 is the newest. Just came out. So I think volume 8 just came out in December for my library. These are the ones that they have. And so this is what I've been reading the most, and I'm not sorry about it. I think that manhwa or manga are like a really good way to kind of dip your toes back into the water whenever you have a reading slump. And so that has had me kind of continue on with other readings that I'm doing. I'm still reading Frankenstein. Haven't got much further into it. And also am reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. Also, not much further into it. I've kind of just been focusing on this, and it's been good. Other few books, I'll just talk to you about like the other books that I picked up from the library. I have another manhwa here. It is A Stepmother's Marchen? I don't know how to say it, but the Marchioness, Shuri von Neuschwanstein, was just a teenager when her husband died, leaving her to manage his lands and raise his children. Even though she was young enough to be their sibling, despite her dedication to her duties, other nobles conspired against her, and her stepchildren rejected her as their mother, leaving her a hardened pariah in her own home. But when she leaves for a new residence during her eldest stepson's wedding, the Marchioness dies and wakes up in the past, on the day of her husband's funeral. If Shuri is to live these 7 difficult years all over again, she's going to do things differently. Can she rewrite? Okay, so I picked this one up because I saw like top manhwas kind of thing on TikTok, and I liked the characters. They looked interesting. So yeah, it's one of those ones where they can regress, which also regressors. That's all I'm going to say on that topic. And then also the other, I picked up a manga, Claymore. I've never read Claymore before, and it also looked really good. So I am excited to get into that. And then I have some other books that are a little bit more, they're fiction. Well, several fiction, one nonfiction. So this one is, I'll just get the nonfiction out of the way. It's When God Was a Woman, the landmark exploration of the ancient worship of the great goddess and the eventual suppression of women's rights. For my curriculum, I'm doing a unit where I'm trying to like do a deep dive within where Christianity originated from and how patriarchy overtook the matriarchy, because we used to be a women-led society, and a lot of that has changed. And so I see that. I just want to learn the history of paganism and things, so that is something that I have been doing. The other one I have here, this is called Lakewood by Megan Giddings. I don't know if you can see it too well. The sun really came out. A startling debut about class and race, Lakewood evokes a terrifying world of medical experimentation. Part Handmaid's Tale, part Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. When Lana Johnson's beloved grandmother dies and the full extent of the family debt is revealed, the black millennial drops out of college to support her family and takes a job in the mysterious and remote town of Lakewood, Michigan. On paper, her new job is too good to be true. All Lena has to do is participate in a secret research program full of seemingly world-changing discoveries. An eye drop that makes brown eyes blue, a medication that could be a cure for dementia, golden pills promise to make all bad thoughts go away. But the consequences for the subjects involved could be devastating. As the truths of the program reveal themselves, Lena learns how much she's willing to sacrifice for the sake of her family. Again, there was like a TikTok post about like horror books that completely changed their brain chemistry or something, and this was on there. So I wanted to get that. And then, while I was at the library, I decided to look over there at like the books that they had for sale, and I was gobsmacked at some of these books that they had over there. So the first one I picked up was 9-Month Contract by Amy Dawes. It had sprayed edges. Are you serious? 50 cents. It's a lumberman. It looks like it's curvy representation. Grumpy mountain man seeks a baby mama. Okay, I can get down with that. I've never read anything by Amy Dawes, but it just, for 50 cents, you know, I couldn't. Look, they're little goats with hearts. And then I was so excited to see this one, The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I've been wanting to read this one for a really long time. Well, since it came out. And I'm just really eager to get into it. I know that it has a lot to do with like time travel in a way within an apartment, and I just am so eager to get into this one, and it seems like it could be a pretty quick read. And then I also picked up Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. I have a whole like mythology section on my shelf. So I love Circe. I also have, what is it? Eros? No, where is it? I have Clytemnestra and the Palace of Eros. So I figured this could go over there. It's kind of got like the same reimagination, I think. And then this one, the librarian, whenever I was paying for it, she's like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that one over there. And I'm like, I know, it's such a good steal. It's Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I read Normal People. I really liked the show. I was not impressed by the book. So I'm excited to give her another try. A lot of content creators on here, bookish creators that I really respect and love, really enjoyed this. So excited to get into that. Again, 50 cents, my guy. And then this last one is called Betty by Tiffany McDaniel. The coming-of-age story filled with magic and language and plot, beautiful and devastating. Born in a bathtub in 1954 to a white mother and a Cherokee father, Betty inhabits a world of poverty and loss, of lush landscapes and blazing stars. Despite the hardships she encounters, Betty is resilient. Her curiosity about the natural world, her fierce love for her sisters, and her father's brilliant stories are kindling for the fire of her own imagination, and in the face of all to which she bears witness, the horrors of her family's past and present, Betty discovers an escape and she begins to write. It's a page-turning Appalachian coming-of-age story told in undulating prose that settles right into you. That sounds incredible. I took a little look over on Goodreads, and it's a 4.4 on Goodreads, and some of my mutuals gave it 5 stars. People said it was their favorite book of 2020. So just trying to switch up kind of like what I read a little bit to keep things exciting. And that's what I got from the library. It was a lot. And so I'm happy with it. I also got like a couple homeschool books, but I don't think you're really interested in that. So I think that I'm probably going to just leave off the video here. It's already been super long, and I kind of just want to start a new vlog because this one has literally, it's been like 2 months worth of footage, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I need to move on, get updated, you know? I hope that you guys have a fantastic, beautiful day, and thanks for sticking around for this long if you have. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day, and of course, stay excellent.